Between January 2025 and June 2026, Pakistan launched 6 Earth observation satellites in just 16 months, a massive acceleration made possible largely through Chinese assistance. These are dual-use satellites optimized for high-resolution imaging, hyperspectral sensors, and frequent passes over northern India. Together, they can provide near-constant surveillance of Indian territory. This gives Pakistan access to real-time intelligence on Indian troop movements, military bases, and critical infrastructure in sensitive areas, turning these satellites into valuable targeting assets for missiles, drones, or even terrorist operations. These satellites are essentially optimized for monitoring India. Some of them operate in sun-synchronous orbits that enable frequent revisits over South Asia. At least one satellite reportedly has a tailored orbit designed to achieve higher revisit rates specifically over northern India and Jammu and Kashmir. Collectively, these satellites can image Indian territory at least once every 48 hours, with some providing even more persistent coverage. Now, can India counter or disable these satellites? The short answer is yes. The longer answer is more complex and involves several factors that favor India. One thing Operation Sindoor demonstrated is that India has abandoned the restraint it maintained after the 1971 war. It will not hesitate to employ larger and more destructive weapons in a short but intense conflict, whether drones, missiles like BrahMos, or even ballistic missiles, if necessary. India is fully aware that Pakistan is building its own satellite constellation, primarily with Chinese support. During a war, satellites can become game-changing assets. The Kargil War taught India this lesson when it requested satellite imagery from the United States, but the request was denied. To address such threats, India began preparing as early as 2019 when it conducted its first anti-satellite test. India demonstrated its kinetic assault capability during Mission Shakti in 2019, successfully intersecting a target at an altitude of approximately 300 kilometers. Although the 2019 demonstration occurred in the lower tier of low Earth orbit and was adapted from India's ballistic missile defense program, the technology could potentially be scaled or modified to intercept targets in sun-synchronous orbit, which typically ranges between 600 and 1,000 kilometers in altitude. Sun-synchronous satellites operate within low Earth orbit. Because India's ASAT capability is built upon exo-atmospheric interceptors and solid fuel boosters derived from the Agni missile series, it possesses the reach necessary to engage targets at typical SSO altitudes. India's space program is significantly more advanced than Pakistan's. While India's space situational awareness capabilities are not yet on the scale of those possessed by the United States or China, they are more than adequate for tracking and responding to regional threats such as these 6 Pakistani dual-use satellites. Combined with India's broader space infrastructure, this provides a strong foundation for deterrence and defense. Recently, the Indian Space Situational Awareness Report highlighted India's active monitoring of space objects, debris, and launches. The country has expanded both its sensor network and data processing capabilities. International partnerships, including data-sharing arrangements with the United States since 2022 and France in 2024, further supplement indigenous capabilities. Pakistan's 6 new satellites operate in predictable sun-synchronous low Earth orbits. Their trajectories can be accurately tracked, cataloged, and monitored by NETRA and allied systems. Project NETRA is India's indigenous space situational awareness program operated by ISRO. It serves as the backbone of India's efforts to monitor objects in space, protect Indian satellites, and support broader space defense requirements. NETRA can detect, track, and catalog space debris, active and inactive satellites, and other objects as small as 10 centimeters in low Earth orbit, including sun-synchronous orbit. NETRA does not operate in isolation. India has expanded these capabilities through the ISRO System for Safe and Sustainable Space Operations Management, a broader framework that evolved from NETRA and integrates space situational awareness into day-to-day operations. In addition, startups such as Gigantra and other ground-based assets help strengthen India's tracking and monitoring capabilities. These systems are inherently dual-use in the modern space domain. Officially, they support safe and sustainable space operations, aligning with ISRO's civilian image and international norms regarding space debris. In practice, however, they provide India with the ability to continuously track Pakistan's dual-use Earth observation satellites. This information enables timely decisions regarding both kinetic and non-kinetic responses, much like radar awareness contributed to the success of Operation Sindoor. It allows India to project itself as a responsible space actor while simultaneously preparing options to blind or neutralize potential threats. India is also developing co-orbital technologies that could theoretically be used for intentional close approaches to other satellites. While these capabilities are distinct from space situational awareness, they are highly relevant in the counterspace domain. Last year, India demonstrated satellite docking capabilities through the SPOTX mission. With this achievement, India became only the fourth country to successfully conduct autonomous in-space docking. The mission also demonstrated undocking, power transfer between docked satellites, formation flying, and high-speed rendezvous maneuvers. These achievements prove that India can accurately track and approach another object in orbit, precisely control relative velocity and positioning, and conduct complex orbital maneuvers autonomously. Since co-orbital systems involve satellites maneuvering close to a target for inspection, jamming, physical disruption, or even collision, SPOTX technologies are directly transferable to such missions. The same rendezvous and proximity operation skills used for docking can be adapted for operations against adversary satellites. Space docking itself falls into the category of dual-use technology. Looking at India's current capabilities, the country has already demonstrated a kinetic direct descent to sat capability through mission Shakti. It is also expanding its counterspace toolkit through space situational awareness networks, cyber capabilities, directed energy research, and high-power microwave programs that could eventually provide non-kinetic options against hostile space assets.